I wanted to update you on our Crowdsourcing the Revolution project, and we have a bunch of great updates that I love. So a number of you guys had suggestions. For example, somebody suggested, hey, why don't you guys reach out to the Palestine Children's Relief Fund? Cenk interviewed that guy Tarek from there, and you guys give the proceeds of Free Palestine to those guys. Maybe they could help with the kids of Gaza, right? You know, we got kidsofgaza.com, show their pictures, bios, etc. So we reached out to Tarek from PCRF, and he said, yeah, we'd love to help. So excellent idea, guys. Already on board. They say they have photos of many children who have been evacuated, and that's maybe a good start. So now he's gonna put us in touch with their communications team, and we're gonna start to build this, okay? So then a second person, Aaron Gustafsson, decided he's already gonna take initiative. I love that, so go get him, Aaron. So Aaron started building, he says, quote, started working on a gallery concept where we could have all the photos and clicking on any of them would show overlay with the child's photo, bio, etc. And he started building the code for it and open source. Love it. I don't know what any of that means, but that looks good to me. And it feels like, this looks like we're gonna probably fill in the red places. It's got the coding up top. And Aaron also created a channel on Discord for the Kids of Gaza project. He and others are planning to operate, also attend our Operation Hope working group meetings. So now everything is Operation Hope as we do this together, right? But the original Operation Hope guys still have a working group where they've already, a lot of them have trained, done the research before, done other things, and they're ready to help. So Aaron is going to attend, along with others, the Operation Hope working group on Wednesday, this Wednesday. You can register at tyt.com/hope and also take part in it. So we've seen guys in the Operation Hope working group before create websites out of nowhere. Michael, I'm looking at you, and done an amazing job of building X, Y, and Z. And so I think we could build this one together. The fact that I'm now seeing the beginnings of the infrastructure for it is awesome. And then we'll take the pictures and bios that Palestine Children's Relief Fund gives, and then others found lists of all the dead in different times from different media organizations. And we're gonna keep reaching out to other Muslim American groups to see if they can send in pictures and bios. Because guys, I wish the war was over, and I wish this peace treaty was real. And here's how it could be real, right? If Israel actually was true from Gaza, and an Arab coalition, not Hamas, actually ran Gaza, and they got on a pathway to two-state solution, and Israel didn't bomb Gaza again, oh my God, I would be ecstatic, okay? But none of that's gonna happen. Israel is squatting on 53% of Gaza, and they're threatening to take more. We covered it earlier on the show. Smotrich and Netanyahu saying, no, we're gonna keep on going. This campaign is not over, and they're looking to take more land. And when they do, we're gonna have to draw people's attention to the plight of the Palestinians and their children again. And unfortunately, the numbers don't do it justice. You hear 20,000 kids are dead. It's not gonna affect you nearly as much as if you see 2 kids' pictures and their stories and how they died. So we came up with the idea of starting with Hind Rajab, since we already have that information. Jack Callahan, who's in the Operation Hope working group, sent that info in already on the picture and the bio. And now Aaron's trying to build a website, and the working group is gonna help him. So guys, if at the end of this process, you see this amazing website and you see it affecting people, you're gonna feel amazing about making that happen. Okay, so that's on the Kids of Gaza project. Oh, and Samantha Burma had one more idea. And guys, if you don't mind me using your name, send in your name. If you don't, say anonymous or point out you don't want your name used, right? But Samantha just wrote in with a interest, just a kind of pop culture idea, saying, I think it would be cool if we could have a We Are the World song for Palestine. That would be amazing, but you would have to pull in a lot of artists, etc. Eric Clapton, Macklemore, and many other artists are very much in favor of ending the genocide, protecting Palestinians, etc. Getting them together would be an enormous task. And by the way, a lot of folks in the music industry would then call them anti-Semites and try to ruin their careers, right? So that's just baked in. But look, one thing that I love is, and I said this on the show, I'm beginning to say it, I'm gonna say it much more going forward. When you're at a public event, every public event should have a free, free Palestine chant. You're at a basketball game, you're at a football game, you're at a concert, free, free Palestine, free, free Palestine. Let them hear you in Gaza, let them hear you in Tel Aviv, and most important, let them hear you in Washington, D.C. Free, free Palestine, everywhere, everywhere, because the Palestinians are not free. Eclectic Miscellanea, who's also part of the Operation Hope working group, made a great point earlier in the show where he said, so let me get this right. The best case scenario is that we return to pre-October 7th, which was a brutal 57-year occupation of Gaza and the West Bank, and all the buildings in Gaza are destroyed, and there's over 200,000 casualties when you include the dead and the injured, and Israel keeps half of Gaza. So where's the win for the Palestinians? And the answer is there's never a win for the Palestinians. And the job of American media is to come in and smooth it over and go, oh, no, it's okay, it's okay. We got the peace, the 20 Israelis are back, the only real people. Okay, who cares about the rest of them? And so we're gonna get those kids both alive and dead, and we're gonna show America. And if America's okay with it, and our sick, disgusting politicians, and our sick, disgusting media are okay with looking at the kids' pictures, reading about them, and going, yeah, I don't mind that Israel murdered them. 1, 2, 8, 48, 158, 2,870, 18,812, over 20,000. You can look at 20 of those kids, let alone 20,000, and you still say you're okay with it. All right, well, at least we know we can't reach you because you've lost your moral compass and you've become pro-genocide. So let's make them look at the kids so they know what they're doing with our money and see if they can live with it. Live with themselves and their conscience. Okay, now the drug bill. Look, guys, we're planning to do an interview on Gaza, so I mainly stuff prepared on that. On the drug bill, I don't know how much to tell you guys. So I will leave it somewhat vague here, but I want to tell you so you're encouraged. There is a Democratic congressman and a Republican congressperson who previously were not looking at the bill to lower drug prices, and they are now looking at it and considering whether they're going to support the bill. And that is awesome. You did that, okay? One was one that was suggested I reach out to. The other one, you guys, hundreds and hundreds of you already reached out to. And so I can't report yes or no yet. But I do know we've made progress. And imagine if they started to come in more and more and more. And then the press is useless. The podcasters and the rest of them will start talking about, yeah, wait a minute. Why are we paying higher drug prices than all the other developed nations? Why is that acceptable? If it turns out Trump wrote an executive order and now the Democrats are okay with it and they've turned it into a bill, both the Democrats and the Republicans together, why don't we just pass it and have lower drug prices? So, and by the way, let's get on the test. Now that I said that out loud, one of the other things we should tell is the podcasters, because the media is useless. I mean, you can tell Jake Tapper till you're blue in the face. Jake Tapper's never gonna care. In fact, he's gonna work against you to try to bury you, right? So stop, I'm saying to myself, stop telling mainstream media, who cares? They're useless. And worse, okay? So go tell Tim Dillon and Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan and Andrew Schultz, not in a bad way, in a good way, in a good way. Oh my God, did you know we're trying to, not they are, you're trying to help a coalition build hope in this country, left and right together, asking for lower drug prices. Guys, before I keep going, now a lot of you have written in and I want to read your comments, but the guest couldn't make it. Okay, that's okay, we have another guest for you guys in about 15 minutes. They're super interesting. Unfortunately, they were abused, not having anything to do with Operation Hope and crowdsourcing the revolution, but they were abused by Christian nationalists. It's a really interesting story. That'll be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. But for now, stay right here on crowdsourcing the peaceful revolution. So I'm gonna read some of your comments. Jack Callahan wrote in, we could send pictures of those kids to the Hill. Absolutely, one of the ideas we had last week is on Instagram, on TikTok, and on other social media, you see the kid's picture, you read the kid's story, and you don't find out if they're dead or alive to the end. And so if people say, oh no, that's too emotional, well, they killed the kids. So I mean, what do you want me to do? I need to use everything I can to stop them from killing more kids. So, and Jack, could we take those social media posts? Could we take the site and send it to Capitol Hill? Absolutely. And if they say, oh no, those dead kids' pictures are bothering us, good, they're supposed to. I hope they haunt you. Eclectic wrote in, that's awesome. It's so heartening to see that after less than a week, that the TYT fam has already had tons of idea and is making a difference. Absolutely. And guys, remember, the battle is joined. A lot of libertarians out there, a lot of conservatives out there now. We're all on the same team. They've been dividing us the entire time. So if you get into culture wars and we go back on different teams and we yell at each other, no problem. That's also called America. That's also called freedom, right? But both sides definitely want lower drug prices. Both sides definitely want us to stop funding genocide and stop funding an out of control country that never listens to us. And today, Trump, you saw it on the main show, saying, oh yeah, I'm doing this for Miriam Adelson, and calls out Miriam Adelson. Who the hell wants to be run by Miriam Adelson? What part of democracy is that? And isn't it funny that the mainstream media has all these problems with Donald Trump and all these problems about, oh, he's destroying democracy. But when he says, oh yeah, I'm changing American foreign policy because I got bribed by Miriam Adelson, not a goddamn word. All of a sudden the cat's got their tongue. Jake Tapper can't figure out how to criticize Trump. Anderson Cooper, none of them can figure out I don't know how to criticize Trump. How about you say he took $337 million from the Adelsons and worked for the Adelsons? No, shh, that would be criticizing Israel. You can't do that, that's third rail, you'll get fired. George, the most unique of the jungle dragons, wrote in, open source means no one owns the code, so anyone can jump in and collaborate. Great. I said on day one, no pride of authorship, guys. So if I tried to build all those websites here at TYT, we'd never make it. So I'm saying you build it and if people come to your website, great. You do something amazing and people come to the thing you built, wonderful. That's why it's called crowdsourcing, okay? We can't do this on our own. And by the way, as I also said on the first day, we might fail. And if I do and then I come back and try again 6 months from now, they'll say, oh yeah, there goes Cenk again, trying to make a difference. Yeah, I will, and come back again and again. The time that it'll work, guys, is the time when you guys get behind it. Because me by myself, or even TYT as big as it is by itself, isn't gonna get the job done, it's too small. We need everybody participating, but not everybody like is in 350 million people. All we need is like 1% of 1% of that working on this. I swear to you, I can show you step by step how you could totally regain democracy, regain your government, regain your representatives as your representatives, instead of representatives of the donor class. If you heard the beginning about Israel, guys, this isn't about Israel. Israel happens to be one of the issues we're working on because they've taken so much money from us and we're sick of it. And they've spent it on genocide and war crimes. And so in the old days, at least they used to build things. Now the current government is a mess, but that's not the main issue. The main issue is the corruption itself that allows any foreign government and any corporation to buy our politicians. Don Dada Dragon says, anyone involved in TYT Hope, thank you for what you've done and will do. You guys seriously are my Obi-Wan. Well, thank you for saying that, brother. And so many wonderful people out there who are part of Operation Hope. Rebel Dragon says, Michael Jackson already wrote a song about Palestine. People should check it out. Of course, it was never allowed to get airtime until recently. Yeah, did you guys know that? Michael Jackson wrote a song about Palestine and then Sony killed the song and wouldn't let it go out. And then he died a little while afterwards. Kofefe 19, so you could look that up by the way. Ben Kofe 19 wrote in, Cenk, if you're crowdsourcing the audience, I'm sure enough of the members are musically talented and could put together something. I'm a good singer, and maybe they're also good writers, musicians, etc. You don't need to get celebrity musical artists to put something together. Guys, God bless. I suck at music. I couldn't tell if it was good if my life depended on it. So create something, and if people love it, they'll gravitate towards it, right? And then that could be the anthem. And and you can create a win-win, right? So if it's your song that everybody's singing to free Palestine, that'd be beautiful. So go for it, collaborate if you can, it'd be great. Benjamin takes a page out of the Israeli lobbyist playbook. I don't know if you're doing it on purpose, Ben, but writes in, make flyers with QR codes to that site and stick them up everywhere. Oh, you're not doing it on purpose. Okay, you're right, you could do that. The QR codes, then you go to it, it brings you to the kidsofgaza.com, right? But the reason I said that is because the other day, Matt Gaetz explained that when he became a congressman, his staff pulled him over and said, the first thing you have to do is go get money from AIPAC. And he's like, really? And they're like, yeah, of course, all the PACs will give you money, but AIPAC's the most important, so you gotta go there. Then he goes to the event, and they give him a lapel sticker, and you get that and you put your name on and stuff. No, in this case, they put a QR code. And then you would go talk to donors who wanted you to support the Israeli government. And then if they liked what an ass kisser you were, and you proved to them you were sufficiently loyal to Israel and not America, they scan the QR code. They go, doop, doop, okay, I bought this politician, who's next? Who's next? This is a literal thing that they do. So if they're scanning our politicians, purchasing them like they're at a grocery store, we can do QR codes for dead kids that they killed with our money. Don Dada Dragon wrote in again. He said, you guys should get Bill Burr to come on and comment on the Fallen and 1A fight. He literally says exactly what you all say. He just has no idea you guys exist. Exposing the comedian court of TYT exposes a bunch of regular folks who aren't major news bingers like normal TYT viewers to the message. Coalitions need numbers. Well, I would love that. And so if anyone's got a way of getting Bill Burr to come on the show, fantastic. So reach out to him, tell him to come on the Young Turks, and we'll follow up. In fact, all of you, and again, always polite. Bill Burr's a great guy. We love Bill Burr. We want Bill Burr on. So reach out to him, say, go on the Young Turks. You'd be shocked at how much they agree with you guys, okay? So this one's a lot more doable. I'll read one last one, and then they're telling me I got to take a break. Itchy Brother Dragon on Twitch says, call Sirota. That one I can do. David Sirota is a great journalist. He's at The Lever. I was actually just reading one of his pieces this weekend, and it's a great piece, and it's about money and politics. So you're absolutely right, and I will call Sirota, and we can get him on here too. Then you remind me that it's on that day. Remind me that it was you who put me over the top and made sure I have him on. All right, actually, last one. Because we already have more action. Doodle Dragon Imran wrote in, I love these ideas and proud of TYT for bringing everyone together on causes with solutions between us over just grievances. I'd like to donate this piece if it'll help for the folks that speak truth to power like yourselves. Love you, Cenk and Anna, go get him TYT. And he's the one that built Drew's ceasefire one here. Do I have it here? I don't know. That's also part of the Free Palestine collection. And this one is a press badge from the Palestinian Authority areas. It says for peace, for courage, for the truth, for justice, for freedom, for love, for us. And then it has a red handprint, a child's handprint for the blood that's on it. And that is what happened. And by the way, they murdered one of the top Palestinian journalists the day before the ceasefire, because that's what terrorists do. And this terrorist government is now going to demand more money from us very soon, and we'll be told that if we don't give it over, we're hateful bigots. Okay, we're not. We're the exact opposite. And I love you guys for trying to save Palestinian lives and for lowering drug prices and getting money out of politics and ending this corruption once and for all. If they tell you that you hate the left, ask them why, right? And if they tell you, oh, if you're on the right, you should hate the left for everything. If you're on the left, you should hate the right for everything. Ask them, but why should I hate them on the things we agree on? We all hate money in politics, over 90% of the country. We all want lower truck prices. We all want lower housing prices. We all want higher wages. And Marjorie Taylor Greene just said it on Tim Dillon's show, almost verbatim what I just said. No, we're gonna unite. Big portions of us are gonna unite. And then they're gonna be in for a world of trouble. So let's get some momentum here, and they'll try to stop us. And then you'll know that it's working. And I love it. And I love you guys for believing and for having hope, and already for coming up with amazing ideas and amazing action, and already making a difference. Wait till we build this palace, but we build this temple one brick at a time. Thank you for contributing all those bricks. Give me more, and tomorrow we'll talk more about it. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.